Oh, hey, wow, it's Doughboys Double. I'm Nick Weiger along with the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell. Sorry, Mitch, it's the final studio record of 2024. This episode's coming in 2025, so I'm phoning it in.
Oh. That's what it was.
We're about to go on break.
Last
day of school, man.
Look, bad idea for an episode.
Look, okay, I just got to get right into this. For people watching and listening, the last time you saw me was a live show.
Yeah.
Where
we blew the roof off the place.
We blew the roof off the place. And we also talked about this is the 10 years of Doughboys.
That's right.
And that we promised that we're going to have really big, exciting things.
Yeah.
And now I'm back for this dumb idea.
Which
I wasn't even supposed to be here.
We'll say this. This is like one of the only times ever where we were just like, do you want to just come on be in this episode? We've never done this.
No, yeah, but
no one wants to.
You just showed up.
Yes,
you were just here.
I was not just here. I was delivering holiday gifts.
You showed up with a stack of pies. We weren't sure if it was a gift or if it was just you coming in with a stack of pies. What?
My mic flag fell off.
Anyway.
So yes, this will be a very lazy episode. But I think we will have done a live show at this point that people will have seen it as our year-end finale and will have been like, oh, wow, when the Doughboys want to, they can when they put their whole art into it. Mm-hmm. And so this is just the other end of it.
Yep.
This is just the pendulum swinging all the way to the other end of the spectrum.
So this will be the worst episode of the year.
Yes. So Mitch, do you want to finish what you were saying, though, that this has never happened? This
has never happened, that someone just walked in, Sus came delivering gifts. Very nice.
Yes.
And we said, hey, do you want to jump in on this episode? And you kind of didn't want to.
Yes.
But we said, jump in. And this has never really happened before. This is new for us, where we just have someone just spur of the moment be on the episode.
Oh, well, I feel like other times I have kind of been around and sometimes you've offered and I've been enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time you offered ever in 10 years of doing this. I was like, wait, what's the idea again?
And we told you the idea
I said,
Mount Rushmore's Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, Rushmore.
And I really thought about it. I thought about just leaving. I really do not have anything else to do today. And that seemed more preferable than being here.
For Mount Rushmore's Rushmore?
So
look, I'm just going to say
even
this.
Means.
So
Weiger we were trying to find double ideas. Weiger said this to me. I said, sure. I mean, no offense. I'm not excited about it.
I'm not saying it's the greatest idea in the world, but also I was offering a bunch, like, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? You got to give me something at a certain point.
Yeah.
So
I think honestly, if we did an episode that was called Pet Jemmy and we all just pet Jemmy, it would be a better episode.
Oh,
That's a really
Should we
good
change?
idea.
I mean, should we change?
We could pivot to Pet Jemmy. All right, Mitch and for our audio listeners, Mitch and Susser are both petting Jemmy.
Sticky lip.
Jill, sticky lip.
Cute.
That is a horrifying phrase.
Okay, explain to the listeners and to me what this means. Mount Rushmore.
Wags?
We're going to do all Mount Rushmores covering new topics that we have not covered in previous Mount Rushmores. So it's a rush of more Mount Rushmores.
Okay, wait.
Okay,
I
think I just
understood
got it.
I thought it was making a Mount Rushmore of other Mount Rushmores.
Well, that can be one of the Mount Rushmores we make in a rush of more Mount Rushmores.
That was the concept too, so
That's what
maybe
Emma
fucked
told me.
you up.
Yeah. I don't know which one's better.
I'm going to phone it in, dude.
The other thing that's, we should just say.
Yeah.
This Mount Rushmore thing is not even a unique Doughboys idea. It's like the most. Like every podcast does Mount Rushmores.
Well, we started
after we started. I think we're the first.
Bill
person.
Simmons definitely.
We did it because of Bill Simmons. We definitely were doing it because it's funny to do something that Bill Simmons also does, and everyone does.
Did we premiere before Bill Simmons' podcast or no?
No, Bill Simmons was like 2009. He's been around for.
But you guys started Guess the Lines.
What's
with
that?
Cousin Sally. You guys did that first.
We did the what?
Guess the Lines with Cousin Sally.
There is some. Did we create anything original with the podcast? Look. The fork system has been taken over by the boom system.
Yeah, the booms have.
Which seems like there's some. There was a lot of. Did we give birth to a lot of fast food podcasts?
I think
maybe not.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that was inevitable anyway. I don't think that was just coming because of us. But I do think that probably. I don't know. I think we came along early enough in the podcasting bubble that maybe some things people have been inspired by. But also, I don't need to take credit for anything because who gives a shit?
We didn't come up with drafts. We didn't do that.
We were doing drafts before a lot of people.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
All right. We're just saying.
Yeah.
Snack or what?
Yeah, snack or whack, drink or stank. Those are,
I guess the phrase snack or whack was never said before. Whatever.
I don't know. I mean, like this is, again, we can claim popularizing some of these things, but also who cares?
The podcast is good. There's episodes like this that are bad.
Yeah.
Susser, do you have, we're recording this in 2024, do you have any holiday plans? Do you have anything you're going to be doing? Are you going out of town at all?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to Hawaii.
How fun is that?
Family. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, you've never, you say that you've never left, you say you've never crossed an ocean. That includes Hawaii.
No, I have been to Hawaii as a kid, and so I just don't think of it the same way.
You don't consider that crossing an ocean?
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Do you consider it crossing an ocean?
Well, I don't know. As I was saying it, I was curious if you'd ever been, and then I remembered I've never crossed an ocean, and I don't know if that would count.
It's the midpoint of the Pacific.
Crossing half an ocean?
Yeah.
So, like, you've crossed half an
This
ocean?
is the issue with his
Maybe,
thing when he says that, is that he has been to Hawaii and he says he doesn't cross an ocean.
So maybe I have. Maybe I've crossed an ocean.
Cross an ocean.
Okay.
Which means that you should go other places, I guess.
Well, maybe I'll go other places. I don't know.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to. Thank you.
What about you? Do you have any holiday plans?
No.
Anyway.
Casey, Emma, any holiday plans?
Yeah, going back east. Jemmy's taking her first airplane ride.
How fun is that?
First Mount
Wow.
Rushmore. Holiday plans, Mount Rushmore.
Wow. I love it. You know what?
This is great.
Hawaii's on my...
Hawaii's pretty good.
I've never been to Hawaii before, but that's on the top of my...
Okay, where does going back home to see the family, does that make it on or no?
No.
1,000%
No,
for
I
me.
think it's all plans
No.
that don't include your
No.
family.
No, not on there.
Christmas in Quincy is on my Mount Rushmore of Rushmore.
Well, okay, are we making a collective? I think we are making a collective Mount Rushmore. So why don't we just say Christmas at home to be general?
Sure.
So Hawaii, Christmas at home. Wait, hold on. Like Christmas at home at childhood home with a family.
Or Christmas at home, like your current home.
Well,
That's what I was
Hawaii
going to say.
would
That's
put
what I was like.
Yeah.
I would say like
Doing
stay at
nothing.
home Christmas.
Doing
nothing. You can call it doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
On Christmas Day, will you exchange gifts?
Here's I don't know. Sometimes. Well, here's one thing I would say is that
Office holiday party.
Office holiday party is pretty good. I think office holiday
Is it
party.
a Headgum office holiday party? Or...
That's what I was going to say. It
Is
can
there
be
a stray cat?
it can be
Is it
stressful.
straight cat that stress me out?
It can be stressful. You can be dealing with like people you don't want to be be drunk around you. That's a whole thing. But the thing I was going to advocate for is seeing a movie. Seeing a movie on Christmas Day is very fun.
As a Jewish person, I like that for Christmas.
That's pretty good.
Pretty fun.
I got one too, though.
What?
Disney.
Going to Disney.
Mm.
Are they open on Christmas Day?
They are.
I don't know.
I've done it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What's it like?
Crowded.
Really?
Sounds like it might be crowded.
Yeah.
You think Christmas is also
But I'm saying
crowded? Probably.
Christmas in Disney. You know what I mean?
It's probably pretty magical.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't. I wouldn't
fuck,
make my
alright.
list. What about
Oh, sure. Staying home and doing nothing beats going to Disney on Christmas.
Look.
I mean, look, maybe it does.
this is in the movie category, but what about getting Chinese food? Pretty good.
See,
Now,
I
so
almost
this
think- I
is
think
tricky.
I think almost all of this stuff kind of falls into like maybe staying home, like low key Christmas.
Oh,
Where
okay.
it's like staying home,
Yes.
seeing a movie, getting Chinese food. That like almost is one like head. That's
so what are the parameters of this then? Like we're just talking about general holiday plans.
yeah.
So okay, so we got. I mean, like do we want to be more specific? Like we've had Hawaii versus like vacation could be general.
No, I think it's Hawaii.
Okay, Hawaii,
Why? Yeah.
going to your childhood home with your family,
Mhm.
doing nothing, and then
Yeah.
we just need one more.
Yeah.
Disney.
I can't get behind Disney.
Yeah.
Fine. Headgum Christmas.
Team dinner at Lowry's.
That's fun.
Team dinner's pretty fun.
Yeah, we're having a team dinner at Lowry's.
You know what?
tonight.
I would say because you pitched office party, which I'm not maybe
Yeah.
keen on, but like an office dinner or team
Yeah.
dinner, work dinner
Oh.
is fun. A comp to work dinner.
We're talking about
Yeah.
things to do for Christmas.
Yeah. For
This is the problem with this Mount Rushmore. It's too abstract. We don't have the parameters defined.
All right, fine.
What about like kind of akin to going to Hawaii, but instead like a snowy vacation? Like you go to the mountains
Love
and
it.
go
Love
skiing.
it.
Okay, there we go.
That's
Snowy
it. That's
vacation.
the
Snowy
Mount
vacation.
Rushmore. Well, we got one done so far.
Okay, but before we rush more through more Mount Rushmores, I want to recap the past topics we've covered on the podcast over many years.
Right,
this is from the Doughboys
relax
wiki.
for a second there, Sus.
Thanks so much to Vinod for archiving these, and thanks to Amelia for scrubbing these. Here's what I have so far, and it's possible this is not fully comprehensive. Mount Frymore, Mount Shakemore, Mount Asianmore. Maybe we shouldn't revisit that one. Mount Buzzmore. I assume that was about Asian food.
Yeah, I would think
Mount
so.
That might be
Buzzmore.
the Finn people.
Mount Mario More. Mount Mario More is pretty good.
Okay, look, and also keep in mind we should do immediately a Mount Rushmore of these Mount Rushmores.
That's
Okay,
pretty good.
Mount Bubblemore, Mount Frightmore, Mount Thanksgivingmore, Mount Fruitmore, Mount Road Trip Snacksmore, Mount Dietmore, Mount Potatomore, Mount Sausagemore, Mount Donutmore, Mount Summer Moviemore, Mount Beastmore, Mount Ghostmore, Mount Christmas Moviemore, Mount Sandmore, Mount Appmore, Mount Noodlemore, Mount Presidentmore. Got to update that one. Mount Nutmore, Mount Toppingsmore, Mount Vegetablemore, Mount Frozen
This
Vegetable
podcast
More,
sucks.
Mount Mayo Salad More, Mount Slushmore, Mount Alienmore, Mount Shakemore 2, Mount Snack Mix More, Mount Roughmore, Mount Mini Fridge More, Mount Floydmore,
Mini fridge more?
Mount Chainmore, and Mount Karaoke More.
What was Mount Mini fridge more? We drafted mini fridges?
I think we were drafting items that would fit into a mini fridge.
Okay, so I think Mount Frymore, Mount Mario More are automatically
Yeah,
in.
let's throw both those in there. Those are both
Mount Shakemore 2, I think, probably gets in
Yeah,
there.
Mount
too.
Shakemore
Mount
2.
Shakemore 2 is in.
I would just say that we should have one that's like I think just like a little bit more. Well,
Mount
yeah.
Asianmore.
I don't know. I don't know Mount Asianmore. I was gonna push for Mount Beastmore or Mount Ghostmore.
Okay.
Mount
You know what I mean?
Ghostmore really spoke to me.
Mount
when you said
Ghostmore is
it.
pretty good.
Okay.
Mount Ghostmore is pretty good.
Yeah,
I like that.
And I think honestly,
Scary.
if memory serves, I think when we did that one, we might have thrown in like a Ghost of Christmas Past in there.
Perfect.
So
Which, hey, that's a good way to spend Christmas too, getting visited by the spirits.
Yeah,
There you go. That's
and
a
kind
great
of
one.
having like a awakening to be a better person.
Is there a Hanukkah story like that or a Jewish story
No.
where there no?
okay, I brainstormed a few in advance, and we can come up with some more as we go, obviously. But just to keep the ball rolling here, here's one I had that's kind of a pair for Mount Ruffmore, Ruff more, which certainly Jemmy would make.
Catmore?
Mount Rush Meow, I've called it.
Wow.
Wally and Irma.
Wally and Irma are on there.
So is that two heads, or they share a head?
That's a great question.
Let's see how many other cats we can think
Okay.
of. Garfield.
Garfield's
Yeah.
on there.
For me, I have my own personal Mount Meowmore,
Yeah.
which is Zip, Buster, Wally and Irma, and the kitty of the marsh that passed away. But if we're gonna talk about actual cats in media,
Well, here's what I was gonna pitch. Wally and Irma's one head. Garfield another one. Cat Stevens.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Now, wait.
we're allowing humans on the Mount.
I think on Mount Rush Meow, you could throw Cat Stevens on there and it would make sense.
Now, is he still... What's the current status of if he's going by Cat Stevens? And is it just
Good question.
to put him on there?
Is there any?
Right, because
Yusuf Islam.
Yusuf Islam, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think then he just went Yusuf, but then he was maybe going back by Cat Stevens.
I saw he was using cat for certain promotional
Yeah.
aspects.
I got one
don't
too
know.
for you. Catman, Tim Kalpakis.
Tim Kalpakis is pretty good.
He doesn't go down, though.
He doesn't
No,
get on.
I love him, but no.
I feel
All right.
he's not known as the cat
Yeah,
man widely enough.
To me, he is.
He needs to kind of embrace that branding a little bit more.
Yeah.
Tim, you
He has
got to
to lean
embrace the
into it.
Catman branding. Here's my thing: is Cat Stevens? Is there a cat you can think of besides Wally and Irma?
Yeah.
Don't insult me. That you would put on Mount Cat, whatever the fuck it is.
Mount Rush Meow.
On Mount Rush Meow.
I mean, if you like Mount Catmore more, we can
I
make
don't.
Mount Catmore.
I don't.
Mount Permore.
No, I don't care.
Mount Pawmore.
What about Sunny, the stray cat that we found?
Sunny
Sunny's
is
very
a
cute.
good.
Or Arthur, Amelia's cat.
Arthur Amelia's hat. Yeah, I think
No,
I think we
Arthur
should-
doesn't make it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, only Wally and Irma make it.
Once we start getting to personal attention,
That's why Wally and
attraction to
Irma,
pets,
who are
it-
part
pets
of the
becomes hard.
show, they get on. They're safe.
Wally and Irma are on there. That's fine.
They're
Wally and
in
Irma are on there. I was going to pitch Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
But here's
I would even put him over Garfield, honestly. I think he's a better cartoon character. Puss in Boots is funny.
Here's my question to you. Is there any cat that you like more than Cat Stevens? Because I don't think there is.
Oh, like person?
I don't think
Cat Dennings.
Huh?
Cat Dennings.
Damn. That's
Cat
one
Williams?
good looking. That's one fucking good looking mountain right
Cat
there.
Williams.
Cat Williams is good.
Williams is pretty good too. That's one funny mountain.
Also, Catwoman. Meow.
Shit.
The cat from WWF.
That.
Ernest the Cat Miller?
That's gonna
Wait,
be
are we thinking about different cats?
It's gonna be tough looking at this fucking mountain.
The Aristocats?
And the aristocrats, the joke, which is not the same.
Look,
But...
we got to dial this in.
This is starting to turn into my Mount Gushmore.
That, I think, was also...
I think we did Mount Gushmore.
We did Mount Gushmore?
No, on our wiki, the entire segment, there's an other segment section of our wiki, and this entire Mount Rushmore segment is listed as Mount Gushmore, not Mount Rushmore.
When we've done it as a segment, we've called it Mount Gushmore. But also, more often, we don't do it as a segment. We just organically stumble upon, we're talking about frozen vegetables, and someone's like, what's your Mount Frozen Vegetable more? That's how we usually get into it.
So wait, what? So what have we settled on?
I think look,
Cat Stevens, I think, is in.
I think we could all live with Wally and Irma, Garfield, Hobbs, and Cat Stevens. Now, that's very, outside of Irma, that's very dude heavy. So if we maybe want to excise Garfield for someone else, I'm fine with that too.
You like Hobbs more than Garfield?
I
huh?
100% like Hobbs more than Garfield.
Both of them can go to me. I could get rid of both of them.
Wow.
I'll get rid of Wally and Irma too while we're at it.
What the fuck?
Wait, hold on. How about Garfield and Hobbs share a head too?
I can
Like
live with
Wally
that.
and Irma. Okay,
I think that's a pretty good
that's
compromise. I like
Okay,
that.
so that we can get another. So that we
So now we can get.
now we can get Cat Dennings.
Yeah,
Cat Dennings is in. Great.
Like a cat-dog situation, but it's cat-cat.
I can't wait to get Kat
Cat Dog
Dennings.
is pretty good too.
Kat Dennings on the podcast, like in a few years, and we tell her that she was on Mount Rushmore, and then she leaves.
You were on Mount Rushmore, which I called Mount Gushmore.
Okay, what's next, Swagger?
Well, do you want me just to pitch these out, or do other people have them?
No, if you've done the work.
Okay, here's another one
How
again.
about Mount Plushmore?
Okay, Mount Rushmore looks
Ooh.
great.
I mean, Beanie Babies.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Tickle Me Elmo might have to go on there,
Yeah.
but he is very robotic inside. His bones are robot
What are
bones.
those big pillow pets? Is that what they were called? Pillow
Squishmallows?
pets?
Oh, yeah.
Or, yeah, the
Oh.
smush pillows.
Squishmallows. I mean, for our, under 7 listeners, they're going to want some Squishmallows on there.
All right, Squishmallows. I could be open to Squishmallows. I don't really know them that well, but
I like my minion, my plush minion.
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of like letting me have Wally and Irma. It's letting you have your plush minion.
The other thing I'd say, because we're staying pretty general here, I would say anime waifu body pillow.
Yeah,
Something you can
sure.
snuggle up
Right.
with and get pretty horny to. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners are like, yeah, all right.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah, all right,
that's
great.
pretty good.
All right, waifu is on there.
What's
All
that for?
I think that's 4.
Okay,
I
great.
think that's 4. That was easy. Okay, here's one I came up with.
Mount Plushmore was easy.
This one might be hard.
We could have made it a whole episode, but we did it in 30 seconds.
This one could be hard. Mount Cartoon Dadmore.
Wow.
Homer, of
Animated
course.
dads.
Oh,
Homer's got to go in there.
Homer could go on twice.
He's really
Different
good.
eras of Homer, like early
Yeah.
Homer and then prime Homer.
Look, Peter Griffin obviously is going to be a topic of conversation.
He's a
here.
contender.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's automatically on them.
I don't think so either, because I think I would put Randy Marsh from South Park over
Wow, I
over
love it.
Peter
Me
Griffin.
too. I would.
I'd
too.
say Homer and Randy Marsh.
If Amelia was here, she'd be livid. I believe.
What
I'm
about-
livid, but
I'm not
okay.
saying Peter Griffin is disqualified. I'm
What
just
about
saying like
Fred Flintstone or George Jetson. Do either of them
that's
get
what
on there?
I'm wondering. Do we
That's
look at
good.
any of the classic dads?
Hank Hill.
Let the past die. Like
I like Hank Hill.
Hank
Emma
Hill's
said
a
Hank
good-
Hill, and then Casey seconded.
Hank
I think
Hill's a
Hank
good
Hill's pretty
dad.
great.
cartoon dads.
Cartoon dads.
I'm gonna go to the database.
Okay, Mitch is
I mean,
going
there's
to the
the
database.
American dad.
I mean,
Dad.
come on.
But if I think Peter
What do you mean,
Griffin
come
gets
on?
in
What,
there
he has to be
He's
first.
on?
gonna get on over Peter.
No, if
Yeah.
there's a McFarlane dad on there, it's got to be
It's
Peter
gotta be.
Griffin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I got one that's gonna blow your mind
Go
here.
for it.
And also, it could have gone on another Mount Rushmore. Mufasa.
Oh.
Wow.
Mufasa's pretty good.
Goofy also listed as a cartoon
Oh,
dad.
right.
Goofy Fox,
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot Goofy as a kid.
Goofy movie.
Yeah, Goofy at a certain point.
Man, if we're really opening it up to Disney, and I mean King Triton, kind of a bad
I think
dad.
he's a bad dad. He's a little
Yeah.
domineering. He has to learn to let
A lot
go.
of animated Disney dads are maybe they die or they're not so good.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
Mufasa really has a presence.
I
guess
got
the
one
exception
that's
is
gonna
the
blow the-
Nemo dad is a pretty good dad.
Marlin.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow your
Yeah,
socks
Marlin.
off here. Papa Smurf.
No.
No fucking way.
All right, well, Jesus Christ.
Is he a dad?
He's a dad. He was a dad to all the Smurfs.
He's a daddy.
Why? I got someone that you fucking forgot.
Yeah.
Gru.
Gru's pretty good.
Mr. Incredible?
I'm looking
Gru is
at.
pretty good.
By the way, I'm looking at a tier maker of cartoon dads.
Now wait.
Wait, what's an S tier there?
This.
Is Homer an S tier?
S tier is this the Bluey dog dad?
Oh wow.
Goofy is up there. Joe, I believe, from
Bandit. I mean, for
Joe from Joe from Family Guy.
Oh, really?
And then Randy Marsh isn't up there, but it's Kyle's dad. This list
Come
is
on,
fucking
this list is
crazy.
whack.
I
I do like Gru. I do think there's a strong case for Gru. I do also think, though, that we're very much leaning in kind of a TV direction.
agree.
And that kind of makes me think that we should go with like a Peter Griffin or a similar choice.
I got one that you will. This is
Yeah.
going to be tough.
Yeah.
Milhouse's dad.
Kirk Van Houten?
Yeah.
My issue is that we've already got another Simpsons dad.
I know, but Kirk Van Houten's fucking really funny.
I think Kirk Van Houten goes on Mount Beta
Simpson
more.
dad.
Mount Simpson dad. We could do Mount Simpson dad. That might also be
Homer,
challenging.
Grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
Kirk,
Flanders?
Flanders. I think we got it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was
pretty
fun.
Okay, fourth one. I think it kind of just should be Peter Griffin.
Does Grandpa count as on?
Grandpa could be his dad,
On
but he's also a
Simpsons
bad dad.
But he's also Grandpa.
He's also a grandpa.
So when you become Grandpa, is your dad? Is your
You're still
tenure
a
as
dad.
dad over?
No, you're still a dad. You
I
don't.
think
You
when
don't.
you
You
become
never
a Grandpa,
lose.
I think it's over. You lose the dad.
You never
thing.
lose being a dad.
I think once you become Grandpa, you're Grandpa. You're not
You're
dad
only a
anymore.
grandpa
Hold
to
on.
the grandkids, though. What about your kid?
You know,
Exactly.
you're Grandpa to the dad. You know, you're Grandpa now.
My-
I'm not
my-
calling
look,
my
my-
dad grandpa.
Yeah,
My brother
dad
has
is not my
kids.
grandpa.
All right.
brother has kids.
Oh, the dais is really upset. Hey, guess what? Your dad is now Grandpa to you too.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
My brother
is.
has kids. My dad is a grandpa.
No,
He's
your
not my
dad's
grandpa.
grandpa. Yeah,
I'm not
he
calling
is.
him Grandpa Weiger.
You should call
I
him
have
Grandpa.
a Grandpa
Okay,
Weiger.
next
He
one.
passed away.
Mount Rushmore, best quiet things.
Library.
Library.
Library's Casey. I love the library. I would get work done at the library. I'm so productive at the library. And also, it's one of the only public spaces
I got one.
where you don't have to buy something to use the restroom and hang out.
I got one for Mount Rushmore. Library. The hole.
Like
In
at prison.
In prison.
Going to
Go-
the hole. The thing is, I wouldn't want to be in the hole.
Sure, but also it's quiet. in
Let's
there.
keep it as a contender.
Okay.
Martin
okay.
Scorsese's Silence.
That's a
Pretty
good one.
good.
I was on a date. My stomach rumbled, and I had to go eat a hot dog.
I was going to say we could more generalize it to silent film because that's an
Wow.
interesting era. And then
Yeah.
No,
also,
this
like,
is
what you-
now. Look, we're bending the rules too much.
We're not bending the rules.
did we
We
have-
have
first of all-
fucking categories. Mount Plushmore was a bunch of abstract concepts. It was a bunch of types of plush figures.
Okay, but hold on. Did we ever finish the Mount Dadmore? Did we? The cartoon. Dadmore?
I went Homer, Randy Marsh, Hank Hill, Peter Griffin. I think that's kind of hard to argue with. If you want to throw Bob from Bob's Burgers in there for one of them, but I think that's a pretty good four.
No Gru, no Goofy. There's a lot of people that you could replace.
Again, I'm thinking
Hank Hill
We'll do
could be
animated
replaced.
Dad's movie edition.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
thing, because I just think I feel like it's so TV focused, and I feel like you see the dad role more in the TV sitcom structure versus
Okay, all right.
like the
I agree.
movies.
That's a good. It's a good one.
I do think Bandit should have been from Bluey. I mean, then you guys don't have kids.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
Homer and Peter can share a head.
Okay,
Yeah,
Homer
we
and
can't do
Peter,
that all the time.
they share a head.
No.
Susser just got the most mad at Casey he's ever been.
Okay, back to Mount
Here's a Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore. Space.
That's
That's
fucking
really
good.
I mean, that's the most hush. There's literally no sound.
There's no sound in space.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But no one is in space. No one can hear you
no
scream.
one can hear you scream. No one
I
can.
don't know.
No one can hear you fart either. They're all SPDs up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then if you fart in space, it's gonna propel you to the next solar system. Sus, that's an issue.
What
Yeah.
am I doing in Alpha Centauri? Shouldn't have gone to Del Taco.
Okay, we got
Space, library, the hole.
and the hole in silent films.
Should have hit up Chipotle before that spacewalk. I'm in the Andromeda
The
galaxy.
hole, I'm really not sure about, to be honest.
I don't like the hole.
You don't like the hole. You love the hole. but you don't like the whole in this instance. Silent movie theater, I think, is what we would have to say. Because you can't just say silent movie. Silent movie theater.
Silent film, I think, is like a genre and like a type of
It's like
movie.
I got one.
a silent movie.
Yeah.
You know?
The Quiet Place.
I don't think I'd put The Quiet Place on there.
I mean, it's not fun to be in, but it's space. If you're in space, is that fun to be in?
How about I got the audience watching If. Just silence.
All right, that's good.
Or audience at a Doughboy show, I guess. All right, Rushmore is done.
All right, great, perfect, well done. Here's one I had. This is food focused, and we haven't done it. Mount Pastamore.
Like
Wow.
pasta-shaped noodles?
Yeah, like any kind of pasta, or it could be pasta dishes. I don't
I was
know.
going to say spaghetti and meatballs is what came to mind first, just to tell you.
I feel like you could
Spaghetti
do
meatballs
pasta
is
more
pretty
and then
good.
also noodle more, like two different.
That's
Yeah.
good.
We have
Two
done
different-
noodle more.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
there you
so
go.
this is specifically
Emma,
Pastamore.
we have done
Sorry,
noodle.
sorry. my bad.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Here's
I would put squid ink pasta on there.
Really?
Yeah.
it's pretty specific, but there's a case for it.
Huh. I'm surprised by this sauce.
I was gonna say like cacio e pepe. So it's like just a delightful dish that I feel like it's not too heavy, but it is indulgent in the way like an Alfredo or a mac and cheese is.
Oh wait, well, mac and cheese, man, that's kind of hard.
Should mac and cheese go on there?
Fuck.
I feel like it has to.
It has to.
Carbonara?
Carbonara is great.
Carbonara's
Carbonara.
okay. Oh, man,
Carbonara-
do you know what I like?
What?
Chicken ziti and broccoli. Broccoli,
Ooh.
chicken. How do you say it? Which order do you put it in?
Well, we'll just bake ziti, or no? You're saying
Fuck, baked ziti.
Big CD is good.
You all agree with spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, throw spaghetti and
Yeah.
meatballs on there, and you know what? Fine, throw mac and cheese on there. I eat mac
right,
and
we got
cheese all the
two
time.
locked
Those are
in.
two easy ones.
I think maybe squid ink I'll retract. I think it may be a personal preference. I don't know if it should be on the Mount Rushmore.
All right, let's just
What do you think?
brainstorm some
What do you
other
think our
things.
listeners are yelling at us right now? There's.
Lasagna?
They might
Yep.
be yelling lasagna, Emma. They might be yelling lasagna.
Are you yelling lasagna?
Let us know if you're yelling lasagna.
Hashtag I was yelling lasagna.
Yeah.
Ravioli, we've not said, but I don't think for me. I mean, it doesn't even. I would
Every time I get ravioli, I'm like,
That's
it
me.
sounded better than it was.
Yeah.
I was yelling lasagna as me between songs at the Weird Al concert. La 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 lasagna. Remember? I want him to play it at the concert. Is what I'm trying to say.
Good song. I bet he does. Do you think it's his playlist?
I bet you. It probably makes into the rotation.
Yeah.
He's got to do a medley of some kind where he's just like doing quick pops.
He does.
He
do.
busts
he does.
out the accordion and does a medley.
We'll do a Weird Al more at
Yeah.
some point. Okay.
Okay. I was going to say just to brainstorm some other things that we haven't gotten to. I'm not saying these are on the list or whatever. Vodka sauce, any sort of podka la
Ooh,
vodka.
man,
People like vodka.
I think I
sauces.
like cacio e pepe in there, but then also with the mac and cheese, it's like a cheesy noodle.
That's the thing. It's a similar sort of thing. But then I'm also like lasagna. To me, is pretty distinct from spaghetti and meatballs, even though it's accomplishing a similar thing. So does lasagna go in there, or should we say it's like spinach lasagna? Or should we say something a little bit different?
Like a veggie lasagna. I like cacio e pepe because I feel like it kind of lends itself to the plain buttered noodle crowd, which I also
Shit.
love, like a
No.
plain
Emma,
buttered noodle with
plain
some parm on it.
buttered noodles.
But cacio e pepe feels like the adult version of a buttered noodle.
I'd rather have a cacio e pepe.
I think
than
we
a
can
plain
put
buttered
lasagna
noodle.
in without being too specific about
Okay,
what
good.
type of
So let's just say
is.
lasagna generally. I still think there's a pretty strong case for cacio e pepe, but if it's another cheesy thing and we want to avoid, then I think we got to think of like what are we doing? Like a pasta primavera? Are we doing a pesto in there? Like pesto's pretty good.
A tortellini.
Tortellini's fun.
Yeah, Alfredo.
I would not do
Yes, on
Alfredo.
there. Yeah.
Too heavy.
What about the green sauce there?
That's why I said pesto.
Oh, pesto.
What did you think it was?
Nothing. Sorry.
A green sauce.
Jimmy Pesto should. He's gonna make a list at some point too. January Sixers. That should be.
Hour one, apparently.
Yeah.
As of this episode's release, Jimmy Pesto should be a free man.
Hell yeah.
God bless him.
One last pasta.
I think maybe it is pesto. I mean, this thing, pesto is like, I know it's somewhat polarizing, but people who love pesto. It's fun to make, and it's like, it's distinct, like fully distinct from everything else we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, put it on.
All right, pesto's on there.
Pesto's on.
Okay. That's it.
All right, great.
Also, one big long noodle could be fun to put in there too.
It's pretty fun.
Mhm.
You know, maybe should we do like a Mount Funny Food more?
I like that.
All right, so
Before we do
yeah.
Mount Funny Food more, let's do Weird Almore.
Mount Weird Almore. Okay, great. That is food related.
Yeah.
What's your what would you? First of all, Eat It is gonna go on.
Eat It's awesome. Eat It is great, and like you have to have a Michael Jackson parody on there because that was so much of his bread and butter. And I think that's probably Is that where he peaked? Because I think it's better than Fat, even though Fat is very funny.
Yeah. I think Fat is funny, but Fat's kind of mean. Eat It is more fun,
even
though he probably gets fat as he is eating Eat It.
Here's one I will push for. Sort of a late period Weird Al, but I think it's an important part of his canon. White and Nerdy.
Yes.
It's very funny.
All right.
It's a great parody of Right and Dirty, and then the Right and Dirty, the Right and Dirty artists like endorsed the song and loved
Amish
it.
Paradise. It's in.
Yes.
Amish Paradise is good.
Now, here's a question. We've done 3 of the spots.
Yeah.
Do we feel an obligation to include an original? I'm talking Larry Next Door, The Night Santa Went Crazy. Or do we feel like that's just not part of it? Or a polka medley? Like, do we have to?
I think polka medley is pretty nice.
Weird Al.
So do we just throw in polka medley as one of them?
Maybe.
Like we maybe don't pick a specific medley even. We just sort of say like the kind of polka medley
We
does.
can also put UHF in there.
UHF is
movie?
oh man, I used to love UHF. How about because I was as far as originals go, I always like Dare to Be Stupid. I thought that song was very
That's
funny.
pretty good.
Mhm.
That's a good. I think we should put that one in there.
Okay.
Oh wait, curly hair too.
Yeah. I'm gonna say polka medley. I think
All right,
medley.
polka medley.
Polka medley's move.
We're decided.
So it's White and Nerdy, Amish Paradise, Eat It, polka medley.
Let me say something real quick. Are White and Nerdy and Amish Parody and Amish Paradise both accomplishing the same sort of thing? They're both sort of like white dork versions of like rap songs. Like, should there be more of should we swap out one of those for like
For pretty fly for a rabbi?
Yeah, or I was gonna say
I would love to put Pretty Fly for a Rabbi
is very funny. I was gonna say his American Pie episode 1 parody, which is very good. Or he's got his good Simpsons song, but I was also gonna say he's got the Star Wars song Yoda to Rhoda, which I think is really clever.
Oh,
Yoda,
yeah.
Yoda, Yoda.
Nah, doesn't make it.
Yoda. Okay, I'm just pitching it.
Pretty Fly for a
What about
Rabbi.
Gump?
I was thinking Gump.
Gump.
Oh,
Casey,
yeah,
you
Gump,
can speak
Gump.
up.
Gump's in there.
Help us over here.
Gump's in there.
Okay.
Help
Gump's
us with
in.
this bullshit
it's
episode.
Gump. Are we going White and Nerdy or are we going Amish Paradise?
I think they both share one head.
Okay, they share one head. It's okay for this one. Sorry,
Yeah.
Casey.
You have to listen to them at the same time.
Yeah.
Polka medley and
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Great. Okay, Mount Funny Food more. While
Okay.
we're in funny food territory.
I was also gonna say Gump character Mount Rushmore. We rank Gump character.
I think we should do that now. All right, Mount Gump more.
Gump is on there.
Yeah,
Gump
Gump
is
is
on
on there.
there.
Lieutenant Dan is on there. Now it gets interesting.
Yes, the Lieutenant Dan and Gump are
They're locks.
They're
They're
in.
locks.
Those two are in.
They're
That's
locks.
easy. Bubba is huge, but does Bubba make it? Also, our friend Haley Joel Osment as Little Gump.
Yeah.
That's good. His
Forrest
name is
Jr.
Forrest. I think Forrest's mom has to be on there.
Wow.
Sally Field as Forrest's mom.
You know what? Gump is a good.
Nixon.
I'd put
Shit.
JFK over Nixon
Yeah.
just because I think the joke is better.
Mhm.
But Nixon's pretty good.
But Nixon's pretty funny.
It's funny for Nixon to be on
Okay,
there.
so we've got Lieutenant Dan and Gump,
Yeah.
Forrest's mom,
Yeah. And
That's
Nixon?
3.
and Nixon.
His
and
mom
Kelly.
is very sweet, but I don't know. Elvis could be in there. He's met a lot of people.
Yeah.
And are we gonna put Forrest's mom over Bubba? Ugh, it's
I
tough.
would.
Yeah, his
His
mom is
whole
really
the whole
sweet.
dramatic arc is tied to his love
But I
for his
love
mom.
my
and then
mama too.
And we're really also we're going to exclude Jenny.
I think we
Jenny's
are
the
gonna.
whole-
I think we're gonna.
Jenny's
a no.
Jenny's out.
Jenny's a no.
Jenny's
Casey
out.
just vetoes Jenny.
Jenny's
Jenny
out.
sucks.
Jenny's out. I think Forrest Gump is a good movie. People
I do
turned
too.
on Forrest Gump. I like it.
Forrest Gump. I like Zemeckis.
I like it.
Mm.
Yeah.
People are like that. Like there's like a modern day internet thing where like Gump is bad. This movie's dog shit. It's good. The movie Gump is good. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's the thing.
I got-
It's a little corny, but that's what Zemeckis is. And it's also like a little like the Americana sort of thing. Like I get that it lays it on very thick, but that's just what you're getting with that.
I got one, and it's gonna be undeniable.
Okay.
The Feather. The feather has to go on the list.
So is the feather on there instead of Bubba?
I like the feather
Is
over
that a
Jenny for sure.
All right, the feather gets in over Jenny.
Or a box of chocolates.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. And we like food.
I think
we
the-
like food.
Because then if you're
No,
getting,
there's not a box of.
I know that
but
you're
here's-
against sharing stuff, but can the feather in the box of if there was a feather in the box of chocolates, it wins against a lot of stuff.
I was just gonna say this. I'd like if we're gonna bring up chocolates, we got to bring up shrimp.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, that's the argument for Bubba because of Bubba Gump
also I
shrimp.
But
will-
that's although. But
Wait
then
a minute.
but Lieutenant
I got
Dan is
it.
doing that.
If you
Yeah.
get
Bubba
Bubba-
Gump is one. Bubba Gump
Bubba Gump, the shrimp company.
is we take out Forrest and we
Okay.
take out Bubba, and Bubba Gump gets in.
I think
Get
Forrest
both
is
of them
still on
together.
there. I think you put.
Forrest and then Bubba, but with Bubba you get Bubba Gump.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
all
kind of
right.
get them together as a package. Bubba and Bubba
Sure,
Gump.
all right,
shrimp,
that's
all
all set.
share a head.
All right, hold on a second. All right, it's Bubba and Gump are the first two spots in the statue, and then there's a big Bubba Gump stone statue behind them.
Bubba
Here's
has a
here's
shrimp
what I
head.
will say.
Yeah, please.
I'm a big fan of Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
A criticism that's been made, I think, by Spike Lee of Robert Zemeckis is there's a fixation in some of his movies of attributing things that are the creation of black artists to white people creating
Right.
them.
That's kind of the
So,
Elvis thing
the
too, as well, right?
Elvis,
Yeah, yeah.
that-
Okay.
And
And Back to the Future, yeah.
It's that he taught,
Sure,
Chuck
yes,
Berry.
yes,
So
yes,
with
yes,
all
yes,
that
yes.
said, I think the way to rectify it is that Bubba has to be included.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
All right, so now
It's
the
Lieutenant
movies
Dan.
aren't problematic anymore. Okay, they're good.
So it's Forrest, Lieutenant Dan, Bubba, and the feather. I think we can all live with that.
well, we're not getting rid of his mom. Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah,
I think the mom's out. I think
feather
feather's
gets
gonna
the
be in.
mom's-
Okay, good.
Wow.
Okay, what's next?
Okay.
silly food more.
Mount Silly Food more or Funny Food more. Maybe Silly Food is better.
Funny food more. Well, first of all, Pop Rocks are kind of funny.
They're pretty funny.
I
No.
like your idea of a super long noodle.
Yeah, one long noodle.
One long noodle is very
because
fun.
also that's like a cartoon gag of like slurping up one noodle on a plate of
Which
spaghetti.
some of these, I mean, like like a hot dog, but instead of the hot dog, it's like a stick of dynamite. That's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
How about this? I'm looking at Jemmy right now, and I'm so hungry that she turns into a big turkey.
Mhm. that's pretty good. Silly food
And
more.
Mike, I don't, I know you have an attachment to Jemmy. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if Jemmy just did turn into a big turkey, Mm. We're not gonna actually eat Jemmy, but I'm just.
What about banana?
Banana is so
Oh,
funny.
wow.
That's got to be on there.
That's
Banana's
good.
a lock.
Wow, that's really.
It's very funny.
Hey, also there's go
you
ahead.
slip on the peels. It can be turned into pies. Very funny.
Banana. I think banana has to get on there.
Banana's on
silly. I think just oh fuck beans.
Beans,
Because of the
beans, the
farts.
musical
The
fruit.
farts,
the more you
yeah.
eat, the more you chew. Yeah, beans are very funny.
And
Man.
let's not forget chimichangas. Our old buddy Deadpool.
Ooh.
Deadpool
Do
is made.
do chimichangas get on over an animal turning into a turkey?
No.
No.
Okay, so
But
we
also,
got,
like, beans are huge, silly food.
I know, but I'm saying like is what we're landing on one long noodle, banana, beans, and animals turning into turkey.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, the big long noodle, if you put it into an electrical socket, that's
And
pretty
you get shocked. You're like yeah, that's fun. That's funny.
Yeah, you take a bite of the noodle. It's sus. There we go. Thank you.
Here's I just for the sake of being completionist here.
Mhm.
What about a really tall sandwich?
Shit.
Very funny.
Or a really long sandwich.
Really long sandwich too. Like like inordinately large sandwich.
Does that take off beans? Wait, there's beans.
There's
long
beans,
noodle.
banana, long noodle, and then we have an animal turning into a turkey because you're really hungry.
Wow, there's not a lot of space on this thing.
Yeah.
I think that the big sandwich used to be funnier when now it's just a thing that you encounter places where
You're
we gotta,
right.
like,
That's
it's
true.
just
It's like an Instagram thing.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's
You're
Instagram.
absolutely right. Okay,
So the
we're done.
noodle, because I was gonna say it could take the noodle space, but then the noodle is a little bit like one big noodle in an
Yeah.
entire dish. Yeah.
All right, here's a food one I had.
We're doing good work here, by the way.
Mount Chocomore.
Wow, Mount Choco.
Mount Chocomore. What chocolates go on Mount Chocomore?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip's pretty good.
Chocolate chip is good.
Now, do we say dark chocolate or is that too general?
Mm.
Well, yeah, because chocolate chip could be semi-sweet,
Right,
dark,
right.
milk. So is it just the form factor
You
of the
you go to
chocolate chip?
Costco and you get the double chunk chocolate cookie. It's dark chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate.
See?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
None for you, Jemmy.
Chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Chocolate cake's pretty good.
Yep. Sus is right. Chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate cream pie.
Oh, chocolate cream pie is fucking
I wouldn't put
good.
chocolate ice cream on there, to be honest.
Really?
I wouldn't either. I'd put chocolate bar over
I'm
chocolate
getting
ice
beat
cream.
out here. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would eat a chocolate bar over a chocolate ice cream?
100%. And I'd also eat a vanilla ice cream over chocolate ice cream.
Well, sure. I know
Yeah.
you like vanilla more than chocolate ice cream, but like, you'd eat like a Hershey's bar
There's
over
so
chocolate
many
ice
ice
cream?
creams I'm getting before just chocolate ice cream.
I would get chocolate
Ooh,
chip ice to chocolate chip point. I'd get chocolate chip ice cream over chocolate ice cream.
Okay, that's fair.
Jimmy's going at it.
Maybe we can do that later.
Hey, you guys have something in common.
All right.
You do it for cleaning purposes? I think chocolate cake is gonna go on there, and then did you say chocolate mud pie? What was it? The
Like chocolate cream pie.
Chocolate
or like
cream
a
pie
French
is
Chocolate
silk
cream
pie
pie.
is right up there with that.
Yeah.
What is?
Like a French silk
French
pie is
silk
very
is-
similar.
I
To
say
me, it
I
encompasses both.
think
Yeah.
a chocolate cream pie. If you
I agree.
categorize it as a chocolate cream pie, I think that covers a lot.
I agree. Chocolate cream pie is good on there.
That is really, really good.
So
You're
we're
not going to
saying
let me have
chocolate-
chocolate ice cream, and that's fine. It's vetoed.
So we're saying chocolate cake, chocolate cream pie, chocolate chip, or are we saying, or do we have to be as specific as chocolate chip cookie? Because I would say chocolate chip cookie. I mean, if I had to be that,
Yeah, I'm
specific,
going to
I'd
eat
still
that
put it on
over
there.
chocolate chips, just eating them. But like, yeah.
But where
we
you
would
think
say chocolate chips. I think
Chocolate
we just-
chips.
Well, yeah, and
Okay,
It covers
chocolate
ice cream, it covers
cream.
cookie, it covers
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, so we just got to figure out something else. Now, here, do we want to say chocolate sauce? Do we want to say brownie? Do we want to say fudge? Do we want to say
Fudge.
Hot fudge.
Pretty good.
Hot fudge.
Fuck.
Hot cocoa.
Fuck.
Fudge is really...
Hot cocoa is
fudge.
pretty good. Though hot cocoa feels like in a completely... We'll do that when we talk winter drinks or whatever the fuck other category we're going to talk about.
Let's slot hot fudge in, and then let's do Mount Winter drinks.
Also, at the end of this, we should do a Mount Rushmore of the ones we did in the
Yeah,
episode.
we all are going to
Yeah, we will for sure.
Yeah.
Mount Winter drinks more. Okay, hot cocoa's on there. I think as per
Hot
Emma.
cocoa is going to be in there. Hot apple cider.
Sure, yeah, naturally.
Now,
Does it have to be a hot drink?
No, I don't think so. Do we?
so does eggnog get in there?
I think it does. I mean, it's not my personal favorite, but
Yeah.
I also just feel like
Maybe
it
we
has
just
to be
take the
there.
hot off and it's just winter drinks.
It is Mount Winter drinks.
Okay.
Mount Winter drinks more.
All right.
You
crap.
added the hot.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's gone.
It's fine.
Eggnog is in there. It doesn't have to be hot eggnog. What's the other? Oh, what was the what?
Well, look, you got hot toddy.
Mhm.
You got mulled wine.
Wasn't there like a rum punch or something at
Are
a
White
Tama
Russians
Center?
kind of a winter drink?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Feels wintry.
Kind of eggnog adjacent, but
I
yeah,
always drink them at Christmas time.
like
Yeah.
a peppermint schnapps or something like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Parents' liquor cabinet.
That
Parents'
is
liquor
a pretty
cabinet's
good winter.
pretty
That is
good.
pretty good.
Good.
Pretty
It does
good.
like every child has a
Yeah.
memory of
Yeah.
like in the wintertime stealing something from the.
Mm-hmm.
Not every child.
I think it's a pretty common thing. I think it's in.
I
Okay.
think it's in.
I think that's it then.
Okay. What should we get something outside? We've been talking about a lot about food. Should we move to should we pivot
Yeah.
to something else?
Mhm.
Something
Mount
cultural?
Doughboys more.
Mount Doughboys more. Okay, Jemmy's on there.
Mhm.
Is this
Uh,
people in
Yeah.
first or
I would say
Casey.
the logo.
episodes?
The logo.
The logo's on
The
there.
logo's in there.
I think Emma's on there.
Emma, Casey, Amelia, and Jemmy.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think so.
No,
I think
no
that's it.
boys.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I mean, we could swap out Jemmy for Susser, but I mean that would be the only. I
No.
think Jemmy stays on.
Yeah, I
there.
think Jemmy
Jimmy stays on. Okay, what was the non-food one you had?
Here's one I was thinking of. This is pretty abstract. Mount,
Wait, hold on. Okay, we can try.
Mount Greenmore. Green things.
Yeah, money,
Money.
Trees.
trees. That's good. What? That I was the one that said money?
Just out of the starting blocks.
Money.
It looks like the illustration. Mike, don't put the illustration over my face. I know
How about this? How about this? A tribute to my friend Mike Mitchell's heritage. The luck of the Irish.
I
a
like that a lot.
clover, or just Ireland in general.
Well, I'm going to come back over your way
Mhm.
here and put someone, a Hollywood figure, Kermit.
Kermit's good.
It ain't easy being green, he's saying.
Kermit's, look, I'm not the biggest Muppets guy, but I understand the cultural import of the Muppets, and I do think Kermit is cool.
This is tough too. Green Monster, the Fenway Wall, and Wally, the Green Monster.
David Gordon Green.
Oh, shit. David Gordon Green.
Pretty good, although I feel
Seth
like...
Green, who does a voice on
Seth
Family
Green's
Guy.
Great. What about plant life?
Separate
need
from
it.
trees.
Just plant life. We just kind of need like it to survive.
What about Anne?
About what?
Anne of Green Gables.
Anne of Green Gables.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I thought you said, what about and? And I was like the word?
Look, lettuce. There's lettuce.
Lettuce is pretty good. Like
Broccoli.
Would it be considered plant life, though?
Yeah, maybe that's
It's kind of
encompassed
a
under plant life. Although maybe this should be specifically carved out of plant
It
life.
should be Gaia.
What about being a beginner?
Being green. Yeah,
being
that's pretty good.
Ooh, green room. Green rooms are nice.
Whoa.
I thought you were saying the horror movie Green Room, which do we
Also-
get if we throw Green Room in
Our
there?
buddy Eric.
Paul
Eric
Provenza stand-up comedy show.
What is it?
Isn't there a show called The Green Room? Where
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
And also Green Book.
Don't think it makes
I don't think I'd throw a Green Book in there.
I would.
Here's what I was gonna pitch.
Money is still on, though, right?
Money's on there. Look, money's in.
Money isn't. You don't even think of money being green anymore because, I mean, you do. Of course,
You call them greenbacks. It's
we all do. We all call them green.
Yeah, everyone calls money green.
It's an American centric thing to think of money being green, sure, but I think there is a very strong association. In the same way that it used to be gold, like the color of gold. And we'll do Mount Goldmore, but that's another discussion.
Like Green, a guy who lived on my street and said, if anyone makes fun of you if you get glasses, I'll beat him up. And someone did, and I told him, and he beat the living shit out of him.
All right, I think he's on.
in.
So Mike Green, money, plant life.
I was just gonna pitch just another one. Like Kermit was on there. I just feel like of plant life, should we get more specific and an Amazon, or should it be a marijuana, the sticky icky?
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. How did we
weeds
forget
on there?
weed?
How did I not immediately
Yeah, how did you
go,
not say-
marijuana? Because my marijuana's purple because it's good.
Oh.
So money, marijuana, Mike Green, and Kermit.
I can live with that.
Mike Green also could be represented by Ireland. He is Irish, so we could.
Well, that's good. Then
But he represents Mike Green represents Ireland.
Okay, great.
Great, I love it.
Jemmy just reacted to something. Jemmy,
She
what?
snorted.
She
She did like
snorted.
a,
she
a yawn
snorted, okay.
snort.
She's
She looks exhausted.
reacting to the episode basically in real time.
She looks absolutely gassed.
Ooh, like something about sleep more. You know what I mean? Like a comfy pillow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mount Sleepmore. Here's what I was gonna
Ooh, a
say.
good comforter.
Pillow, blanket, mattress.
Well, here's what I would say.
Pajamas.
Here's a big
Or
one.
nudity, depending
Or
on-
nudity. I'm a no nude guy. I don't go nude in my bed.
Depends
Who here-
on the context.
Actually,
Who here sleeps
I was just
naked?
about to cross a line.
Yeah.
With employees by asking who here sleeps naked, but I'm not a nude sleep guy.
Here's what I say. I think we just need to like be a little bit more a general beyond just the bedding, because I would say cool room. Give me a nice cool room.
100%. Why?
Super essential.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
69 degrees. At least 69 degrees.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think just cool room, I think, covers it.
Cool room. Okay,
Cool
fair.
room. And because that's relative to everybody. Some people run a little hot, some people run a little cold.
Absolute.
I think
Absolute darkness.
super dark. Super dark is great. Here's one.
Mhm.
How about waking up without an alarm?
Or going to
Oh,
bed knowing you
that
don't have an
is-
alarm set.
Yeah. You know what?
That-
That's actually it. It's
the
knowing you
luxury.
don't have an
No
alarm
set.
No alarm
wow,
set.
That is
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah.
You got a sleep thing? Spooning for loved
That's
ones?
fun. Falling
okay.
asleep on the couch is one of my daily favorite activities.
I do that too, but then that can fuck you up so bad.
That's what I was
Man.
to say. That leads to me having segmented sleep, because like I
Yeah.
have trouble getting back to sleep if I fall
How
asleep
about
on the couch.
a nice dream.
A nice dream is great.
What about naps?
Oh,
Naps are pretty good.
Fuck.
But do we put naps over like pillow? I feel like you need a pillow, or do you need a blanket more?
I mean,
Pillow.
neither are in right now.
I need a pillow.
I need
more
a
than
pillow
blanket.
more than a
Cool
blanket.
room
do.
is in
What
right
about
now.
good
Room.
bed? And that would encompass pillow
Oh,
and
good
blanket.
bed.
Good bed. All right. Cool room, good
Good bed.
bed, absolute darkness, and not having an alarm set.
Perfect. Done.
Use code Doughboys at Helix.
There we go. Helix. Wait, what was the other one that we just got off for?
Mount Greenmore?
Oh, naps. Fuck. I still would maybe put naps in.
Here's the thing. I understand naps. I'm not a great napper,
I'm not
although
either.
I have taken a couple of naps in recent months that have worked out pretty well for me. So I'm maybe getting back into naps. I think what I've learned is I just need things to be super
Wow,
dark.
this is huge.
Yeah. I'm using a sleep mask, and that kind of helps.
Maybe you won't be such a cranky bitch on the road this year.
Oh, I'm going to be a cranky bitch. Kidding me? Get ready. All right, here's one I came up with. Mount Wes Anderson, director of Rushmore More.
That's good. This is
The
good.
Wes Anderson films.
Is it the films or is it Wes Anderson isms?
Yeah.
Casey, I think it can be both.
I think Rushmore has to get
Rushmore's
on Mount
on. Yeah,
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore More.
Or is it too much?
No, I think it belongs on there.
That Instagram meme when people were making their own little Wes Anderson kind of movie.
That's fun. Like, yeah, just making your own Wes Anderson thing, whether that's through.
That's going to make it over any one of his movies.
It's pretty fun.
How about his Visa commercial was pretty good or whatever it was? Remember that?
That was American Express.
Oh, American Express. Sorry, but it's still good.
I love Bottle Rocket, one of Martin Scorsese's favorite films of the 90s.
Bottle Rocket's great.
Yeah.
I mean, my question is, it's the later ones. Which of the later ones do you put in the what's the hotel one called? Grand Budapest.
That would not make it for me.
Wow.
Wouldn't make it.
What of the later ones would you put in?
I mean, I honestly liked his most recent film more than
Grand Budapest?
No. Like the name's escaping me right. Like last year it was the
No, I'm saying you liked it more than
Asteroid City. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I liked French Dispatch more than I liked Asteroid City.
I did not like the French Dispatch.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know. I mean, does Life Aquatic go on there? Does Royal Tenenbaums go on there? Or are we leaning too heavily on the first part of his filmography? Casey, what are you?
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. How about Isle of Dogs?
I guess if Jemmy wants Isle of Dogs on there, then maybe it has to make
it. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
See, Royal Tenenbaums to me has to go on.
I think that feels like the quintessential. Like Wes Anderson movie is Royal Tenenbaums.
And it's still great.
Casey, where do you stand on Wes Anderson in general?
I really, really liked him when I was younger, and then I started to get older, and I'm like, oh, he's just kind of phoning it in. A lot like this episode, kind of.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is Casey talking about?
He said this episode is like a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Wes Anderson movie.
I told you that. I think I told you this before. That this is when I had longer hair, which is in pretty recent memory. But I had longer hair and a headband, and I was walking out of the. I had a doctor's appointment. So I was walking out of the doctor, and I walked by this guy, a guy with a lot of tattoos and a bike, eating tacos at a table next to a taco truck. And he stopped me. He's like, "Hey, you look like that guy from what's that movie? The Royal," like he couldn't think of the title. I was like, Royal Tenenbaums. I was like, yeah, Royal Tenenbaums. Like, man, I love Wes Anderson. And he just told me like how much he loved Wes Anderson and started listening to his movies.
This guy rules.
It was great. It's like, but it was like a very LA thing of like a tattooed guy outside of a taco truck just talking about Wes Anderson's filmography in depth.
I think maybe we're being too specific with the individual movies. Maybe it should be like, the early classic ones. Some of the new ones, the American Express commercial, and then like Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
Owen Wilson is good on Wes Anderson. Mount Rushmore is Owen Wilson.
Maybe just the Wilson Boys.
Yeah,
the Wilson Boys.
The Wilson Boys get a spot.
He gave us
for
the
me.
Wilson Boys.
He gave us the Wilson Boys.
All right, so we got early movies, some of the late movies, the Wilson Boys, and American Express commercial.
Yep,
that covers just about everything.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's it.
Your story just brought up so many Mount Rushmores for me. You got Doppelganger more, Hair more, Taco more, Bike more. We could do you can do any Mount Rushmore.
These are all real good.
Hair more.
What is Mount Hairmore?
Buzz cut.
I like that.
Mohawk
is pretty funny.
How about pubes?
Pubes definitely make it. Let's move on to one that you actually thought of instead of one that
Well, we could finish. We're almost done with Mount Hairmore.
The musical Hair.
There we go.
Musical Hair. There you go.
It's done.
Okay, we've been going for 55 minutes.
We're getting there. We're towards the end.
I don't know if
this
needs to be more than an hour.
Yeah, we'll get it to an hour. We'll get it to an hour, though.
This should not be a 1 minute, 1 second over an hour.
We'll get it to the 1 hour mark because that's the expectation of our Patreon
there's only
subscribers.
6 minutes left.
Okay, length of time more.
Time more.
Mount length of time more, or Mount
I
time
might be a
more.
half-hour guy.
20
20
minutes.
20 minutes is pretty good.
20 minutes. is
20
fine.
minutes.
20
24
minutes is-
hours in a day. There's something about 24 hours that like.
That's good. 24 hours is good. Here, I'll say this: 90 minutes, because that's a great movie length.
90 minutes is a great movie length. 20 minutes is like if a TV show is closer to 20 minutes an episode of TV as opposed to 30 minutes, then
Yeah.
I love that.
Like that classic 23 minutes.
Ha-
I'm gonna throw another one out there: 8 hours, as in sleep.
Not kind of
I
though.
want,
8
like,
hours
10.
of work though.
How about 10 hours?
Yeah, I would say 9 or 10. Like
All right,
like
9
a good
hours.
night's sleep.
I'm down for 9 hours.
We're talking no alarm sleep, like 10 hours.
9 or
It
10
just
hours.
means nothing to me. If someone's like 9 hours, I'm like, of what?
That's where 8 hours. But the first thing you hear when you think of 8 hours is sleep.
I think work.
Yeah.
Really?
8-hour
Oversleep?
work
8
day.
hours?
How about this one? How about like 5 seconds? 5, 4, 3, 2,
That's
1.
Oh!
5 seconds is good. What about 3 seconds?
3 seconds. You know what? 3 seconds is actually
2,
better.
1. Yeah,
3 is better.
3 is better.
It's 3 seconds.
Also, 10 seconds is something, but 3 is the winner.
3 is good.
Oh, hold on.
10, 9, 8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Maybe 10 seconds, honestly.
It might be 10 seconds.
10 seconds, 24 hours, 20 minutes, and 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Should there be a longer thing, like a year? Like, do we need? Is that what they? Do we need like a longer, like?
A year
Or like a
feels
week?
long. What about like 6 months?
Yeah, that's what I was almost.
90
like,
days?
yeah. Do we need something like the
Well,
30 days?
Over a year, I would do 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, like a decade.
Yeah.
What about 85
Or
years?
century.
That seems like a good long life.
10 years is pretty good
Yeah.
because
85 years?
No, not 85 years.
10 years
Why
of Doughboys.
10 years. 10 years. Yeah, 10 years of Doughboys. Also, I was gonna say, like, when you look back on like what were the
A
best movies-
decade.
Exactly. What are the best
decade.
movies of the 2000s? A decade is pretty good. I think
You can
I think
kind
a
of look
decade
at
is
your
in
own
there.
life in like decades.
Yeah.
Decade is good.
Right.
Maybe a decade bumps out 20 minutes, and it's a decade, 24 hours, 90 minutes, and 10 seconds.
90 minutes, though. Good movie time. Come on.
I said 90 minutes is in
Oh,
there.
all right, good. Yeah, then I'm fine with it.
Okay, great. Okay, Mitch, I want to hear your take on this one. Mount Authormore. Favorite authors.
Piece of shit. Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, there you go.
Dr.
Fuck off.
Seuss is good.
Dr. Seuss, Shel Silverstein, R.L. Stein.
Author of the Prima N64 strategy guides. I like.
No,
I
we're
really
not
like,
doing that. No, I veto Mount Authormore.
I was gonna maybe say Frank Herbert because I just reread Dune, and it's the case he's a big Dune head.
Frankenstein.
Mount Frankmore,
Mount Frankmore.
Frankenstein,
Mm-hmm.
Franks.
yeah, like Frank's Frankfurters.
Yeah.
Nicholas Frankwiger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice you
Kevin
said, sir, but I don't think
Spacey.
I belong on there.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Did you say Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Let me be
Frank?
Frank.
Oh, let me be Frank.
Mhm.
Do we put our own bit into the Rushmore? My answer is yes, we do.
Yeah.
Let me be Frank.
But
Makes
it's like
it
sharing
into-
a head with Kevin Spacey.
It's sharing your
All
head
right,
with Kevin
fine,
Spacey.
fine.
Let me be Frank.
The
Let me
dream.
be Frank. Frankfurters, Frankenstein, Frank the Tank from Old School.
Wow. really funny.
He's funny.
Is there another Frank?
I don't
we're
like how he
missing?
likes to go streaking though.
Frank
Yeah.
Grimes.
Frank Grimes is funny.
Frank Grimes.
I'll re-up Frank Herbert, author of Dune,
No.
the Duneverse.
we don't like that.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of
Ooh,
Frankenstein's
Bride of Frankenstein.
good. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz. Frank and Beans.
Frank and Beans is pretty good.
Frank and Beans is good.
Do we
But I
put that
feel like
over Frankfurter?
No, I think
No.
Frankfurters belongs.
Mm-hmm.
Frankincense?
Frankincense is good.
Mhm.
Very holiday spirit, although we're in 2025 now.
Yeah.
Frankly,
Yeah,
my dear,
no
I don't
holidays.
give a damn.
Good.
Classic movie quote.
Maybe that goes
Yeah.
in.
So, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Frankenstein.
Frankfurter.
Frankfurter.
Kevin
Let me be
Spacey
Frank.
and us.
Yeah, let me be
Yeah.
Frank. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, us. It's the two of us sharing a head with Kevin Spacey. The
All
Doughboys and
smiling.
Kevin Spacey.
Wags, we have time for one more. Make it
Okay,
good.
do you want me to do a food one or do you want me to do a non-food one?
Do the best one. Let's hear them both.
This maybe could be both. Mount Hogmore.
That's good.
Ham's
gonna go in.
John Ham's on there. Wait, does Ham go on there too?
Yeah.
Ham goes.
Ham with two M's and then Ham with one M?
Ham and Ham.
Babe Pig in the City.
Babe Pig in the City is
Wait,
pretty good.
Oh, Hogs.
Yeah, the George Miller
This is
sequel.
tough. Also, Dirk Diggler's dick.
Yeah. Milton Berle.
See,
Yeah, that's the
Burrow-
big thing.
I'm not
You get-
putting Burrow on there. He's annoying.
What about
Yeah.
Sinatra?
That quote, and more specifically, you doing that quote.
Ava Gardner saying that Frank Sinatra weighed 119 pounds and 19 of those pounds were cock.
Yes, that maybe can go in. But now I'm thinking
Sinatra
about
had
the
a-
famous
had
pig,
a huge
Spider
E.
Pig.
Spider Pig's funny.
Sure, you see Ben Affleck in Gone Girl.
Yes, but it turns out it's
Affleck's
digitally
CGI is
altered.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's digitally altered. As is, I've heard a new thing. I've heard Borat's dick also digitally altered.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're going to make you
Scintillating.
squeal like a pig.
That's
Pretty good.
too.
Oh, that's really a dark scene.
Yeah.
Pretty harrowing watch. Mm,
I think Ham and Ham are on.
Ham. Do they share a head or are they two separate ones?
I think they're together.
Okay. All right. So John Ham with Ham.
Mhm.
Then
Can
that
Spider
creates
Pig represent Ham?
No.
All right, fine. Jesus Christ.
Babe Pig in the City. I like.
3 Little Pigs.
Three
Oh,
Little
fuck.
Pigs. Pretty good.
Fuck.
I mean, does that lead us to
Hold on a second. I just searched famous pigs.
Okay.
Doughboys are at the top of the list. Porky Pig,
I like
Oh.
Porky
Miss
Pig.
Piggy.
Oh, yeah.
Porky and Miss Piggy are both
Miss
strong.
Piggy is huge.
Can I pitch one?
Mhm.
Our
Wilbur.
buddy Henry Gilbert of Talking Simpsons alerted us to Forrest Tucker, the man with the hugest hog in Hollywood.
That's true.
Should Forrest Tucker go on Mount Hogmore? And it's kind of like the kind of thing where you go to a historical monument, you're like, who's that guy? And someone's like, well, let me
Oh.
tell you.
Yeah,
You
that's
need to
pretty
understand
good.
that this
Yeah.
guy was actually a really
I think that
big
we
deal.
should split up Hogmore between pig-based and hog-based.
Okay, so we got Mount Pigmore and Mount Hogmore.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mount Pigmore is Ham,
Yes, Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
Porky
Wait,
Pig.
but does Pam even get in there? Or do we just like Ham because of his association with
Fucking shit.
with John Ham, or would we rather put pork chop or bacon on there?
What about
Bacon.
Babe?
Oh, bacon.
Bacon's got to be on there.
Bacon's
Yeah.
definitely
All
going
right,
there.
Bacon, Babe,
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy,
Porky Pig.
Porky Pig's pretty
Do
good.
people not like Porky?
Should we throw on another food though? Because I feel like how about pork broth?
Can we just put
Pork
hot dog?
broth insane.
What about,
Yeah.
what about, like,
What is
pork
ramen
rinds?
without pork broth? What is pho without pork broth? It's the basis of so many great
Pork
soups.
broth?
Pork and soup as
Are you
a soup
sick?
base.
Why do you want pork broth?
Because it's great. Because it's like a base
You're
of a lot of
right,
important
but
crucial
you're right.
soups.
Yes, you're right. But if you just went into Headgum and you're like, who likes pork broth? People would be like, what the fuck are you talking
All right.
about?
Or like pork rinds, or like
Pork
pork,
rinds.
belly.
What
Pork
about
chop?
hot dogs?
I feel like that's encompassed by Mount Frankmore.
Yeah.
Look, we're 3 minutes over an hour. We could have been over, Mitch, but you wanted to break out the
We had to split this up.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
had-
Fine.
I
So
agree.
let's make a decision. So
Porky Pig.
are we going pork chop or Porky Pig?
Pork chop the meal.
All right, pork chop. Yeah, pork chop the meal.
No,
Well, but pork
chop's
chop can also
boring.
be the puppet.
Pork loin, pork shoulder. How about like a pulled pork or like a baby back rib?
Mm,
Barbecue pork. How about barbecue pork?
Barbecue pork.
Okay.
Barbecue pork.
Bacon, barbecue pork, Babe, and Miss Piggy.
Perfect.
Mount Hogmore. John Ham.
Yes.
I know he's a piece of shit, but Milton Berle maybe belongs on there.
Ugh.
Dirk Diggler.
Dirk Diggler.
Dirk Diggler's got to get on there.
Do we throw on Forrest Tucker?
Yeah.
How could you not include Peter North?
Is he known more for his hog or for his loads?
Yeah.
That's fair.
He's more of a
Can
load
you be
guy.
known for your loads without
we
being known
don't-
for your hog?
We don't have time for it, but let's do a Mount Loadmore too before we.
All right,
Guys,
we're
you
done,
can get
right?
yourself on Mount Hogmore. The other one.
We're done, right?
Yep.
All right, we're done.
All right, bye.
Sinatra makes it.
Sinatra's on there. Bye.
Bye. Load more quickly is Peter North. Wide load because that's funny.
Uh-huh.
Loading.
Oversized
Loading.
load?
That's good.
Yeah.
Like
What's that?
oversized load is kind of like wide load, but
That's pretty good.
How
yeah.
about the load that Philip Seymour Hoffman shoots in Happiness?
Perfect. That's 4.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Doughboys meet